do you want to start out the show with letting our appropriately inappropriate family know that Brian is slowly becoming more and more corrupted? And I really have this podcast and all of our content to thank you for that. And the reason why I want to start this episode is today, Brian asked me, what's for dinner? And I said, spaghetti and meatballs. But what did you say, my love?
I don't remember.
He said, I've got your spaghetti and meatballs right here.
Let me step back for a minute. I literally just sit down and have hey, we're going to do the podcast. I just sit down and she goes. So I'm mentally trying to catch up with you. Okay, go.
Well, spaghetti and meatballs. Mm-hmm. What you said to me was, that you have them right here. You did tell me that you didn't think it would be a good idea if I chewed. And I agreed. And then we had a light discussion on animal testicles that are currently for sale for eating purposes.
For consumption.
But let's just all join together and be very proud of Brian David that he is growing into the man that he is today.
It explains why, I was looking at my emotional support hat and it's got some miles on it now.
Yeah. Just like my engine.
Oh my gosh.
It's got some miles on it. You've put the majority of them on it.
I always sit in the same chair, not even thinking about the wall till we actually start filming. Okay.
It's welcome to season 2 of Appropriately Inappropriate with Tara and Brian. You may know us from social media where I horrify Brian with dirty pickup lines and other feral thirst comments directed at him that make him very uncomfortable. Here on this podcast, you get hilarious stories, our responses to listener questions, and whatever y'all send to us. Make sure to DM or text us at 1-904-867-4466. Follow us too at Tara Blairball on Instagram or TikTok or at Tara.Blairball on YouTube. Our full episodes also appear on our YouTube channel.
Why don't you ever list our OnlyFans account?
Shut up. You're going to
Sarcasm.
You're going to start a rumor. It's going to be like our children's teachers are suddenly going to be looking at us weird, which they probably already do. Only 2 of my children's teachers have approached me and said, hey, I know you from your content. Surprisingly, they have been mostly our youngest daughters, but they've all been super cool. They're great people and they like our content, which means that they're clearly really great.
So only 66% of our kids' teachers with our children that live in the house have called you out. Yes. Our oldest is in college, and I don't think it'd be a really big deal if her college teachers were to know.
But we recently had Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Brian and I were Mr. and Mrs. Incredible, which of course is accurate, as one of the commenters said, because we're incredible. So thank you. Yeah. That was so nice.
The Miss Incredible outfit really rode up on my backside. So next year, maybe I should be Mr. Incredible.
Yeah. Look at you. I'm glowing with pride. Our kids, we've got 2 tweens and the youngest one. They dressed up as Wednesday, Skibbity Toilet, which is a head coming out of a toilet. My son had an inflatable toilet and a mask, which he got rid of the mask after a while because it bothered him, but he went around as a Skibbity Toilet. And then our youngest was Elsa.
But the Skibbity Toilet actually from kids about his age and maybe slightly older, actually got a lot of attention. So I'm not really sure what Skibbity Toilet is.
I think it's probably okay.
Maybe we should do some better parodying here.
I've looked into it. It's brain rot, and there's some songs. That was our family-friendly outfit. We do have young kids who still trick-or-treat. We don't really go to parties, per se, especially because the age that our kids yet. We didn't have any opportunities to really dress up as anything else, but we did get some baller suggestions from y'all. And you see what I did there? Baller. Did you see what I did there? Yeah.
I'll play out our name.
So some of the suggestions were like, Brian could have a bunch of leaves on his shirt and I would be a leaf blower.
Oh my gosh.
Some other options were that I would be the deer. No, you would be the deer and then I would be a car with headlights.
And I was a deer in the headlights.
Yeah. Yep. I could dress up as a keyhole and then you would be a key. I could dress as a pumpkin and you could wear a t-shirt that says Peter Peter. Pumpkin eater. Yeah, those are some great options. So if you have a favorite that you wish that we had dressed up as, or if you want a strong recommendation of what we'll dress up as next year, just let us know in the comments or DM or text us. But yeah, it was a fun gathering. We
really Halloween where we live. It's the first year we moved here. If anyone's ever, I'll age myself, seen Mr. Mom from the early 80s, where they all dress up as Halloween and they're taking their kids trick-or-treating. That's what I see our neighborhood as. So it's parents dress up, they take their kids. We dress up every year with our children. We take them trick-or-treating. We figure we got about 3 more years, 2 to 3 with the older ones, maybe a little bit longer with the youngest one. We will enjoy every moment.
Yeah, it's a really good neighborhood for the fact that we can just sort of walk around and trick or treat. We just leave a bowl of candy on our front porch, and we don't do the family costume thing just because I don't know. I'm not going to force it. If my kids were all a lot younger, I would be down for it because I'd be buying and choosing all our outfits. But some of our kids are a little older. I'm not gonna battle. There's some things I'm going to battle and some things I'm not. And hence why we were Mr. and Mrs. Incredible. And then we had Elsa, Wednesday, and a toilet. That worked out for us. Yep. Another thing that we did recently is we bought a bed.
Yes, we did.
We bought a bed.
Yeah, I will make this comment. Everybody that comes to us with these questions, is our behind closed door life really the way that you guys think it is? I'm going to plead the fifth. But I will share with you that this is the third bed that we have bought together as a couple, and there's a reason we had to replace the other 2 and leave it at that.
Yeah, we've broken 2 beds. We broke 2 beds. And our second one, we were able to sort of like Band-Aid it for a while. And then finally we're like, we really need a legit bed that we can not break.
After all these years of married, we feel like we bought a good bed.
Solid adult bed that will hopefully take a beating just like I will. Take a beating and keep on going. Just like I will.
I'm trying to get through this whole thing without saying my gosh.
Oh, that's an interesting game for you to play. Let's talk about couples and Christmas. Or the holiday season, because not everybody celebrates Christmas. I came into our relationship as what I would probably call a Grinch.
Oh, definitely.
And Brian would agree. To give some background of myself, my extended family is Jewish and then converted to Catholicism after migrating here to the States. And some family members are Jewish, some are Catholic. My family kind of settled in a weird sort of non-religious thing. So I really wasn't raised with much in terms of the religious views of Christmas. And I don't even know if we really had a tree much. We would exchange presents, but it was never a big tradition. It was never a big ritual. I don't have a lot of good memories of growing up with it at a time.
And I'm a little different. I didn't have a great childhood. I had to grow up really fast with the cards I was dealt. My really good memories of childhood were Christmas. So that has always stuck with me. Coming into this marriage, she's a Grinch. I love Christmas. We wait until November 1st.
Oh, yeah.
November 1st is my day to pull all the boxes out of the attic.
Yeah, we've in our married life, we've collected a substantial number of Christmas decorations, and I spend a lot of time decorating. I've definitely gotten into it. I'm definitely a different person today. When I was an adult celebrating Christmas, it just seemed consumeristic and not great. But with our kids, it's just so fun. We do all the fun stuff, the hot cocoa and the Christmas pajamas and going to see lights. And we do all the really fun stuff so that, at least for me, I'm giving my children a childhood that I didn't have. And I hope it's really special for them. And I love it. I don't know. I love it too. And I've gotten into it.
I always look at, for our kids, we do everything we possibly can to give them good childhood memories. So we're doing our part where we can at least say, all right, they had a lot better childhood than we did, I guess is the proper thing to say.
Are you celebrating Christmas? Are you celebrating a separate holiday? How do you feel about it? What do you do in terms of your family and your rituals and traditions? I'm always curious about that. So please write into us and we'll talk about it in our next episode, which will still be before the holiday season. Yeah, let us know what's going on, what your traditions are. I did hear of a fantastic tradition that I think you and I need to implement, and it's that Santa comes every Christmas Eve.
I'm not touching that.
I think that's a good one we can implement, that Santa comes every Christmas Eve.
He does come to see me every Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Yeah. He sees me. I empty that sack.
Oh my gosh. See, I can't. It's embedded in me. This is like years of response. It's the sound I make when the blushing starts to happen.
My next little segment I thought I would add would be, what's Tara reading?
Oh my. I know.
I always read things that utterly make Brian really uncomfortable for various reasons. Okay. So let me just I'm going to give a quick summary. The book I'm currently reading, which I'll give a title and an author at the very end. And we'll see how Brian feels about this one. Because I've been reading it for a while now. Okay. All right. So you're an accountant and you're at a corporate job. And one day you're like just fed up with your job. And so you're in the bathroom just taking a dump. Okay. You're just sitting there. You're fed up with your life. You're upset. You're just sitting there taking a dump. And you have not wiped, but you go and grab some toilet paper to be able to wipe, and you're holding it when suddenly you flash to this other dimension, and you're now eye to eye with 4 wizards with your pants around your ankles and toilet paper in your hand, and you clearly smell like shit because you have not wiped. Nothing has happened. Okay. And what you have learned is that you have been summoned to check your heroic potential by these 4 wizards. And you were an accountant, right? You were just an accountant, but now suddenly you have to pull your trousers up over your shit-covered ass and face down these 4 wizards as they assess whether you have the heroic potential to do something for them in this new world. You get rejected, which is pretty shitty. You get rejected. You got my pun,
I
right?
did.
Okay. I hope other people get my pun, okay? It's really shitty. He gets rejected. They're like, you're not a hero. You don't have what we need to be our hero, okay? But here's some professions and places that you can choose, because we're not monsters. And he chooses a farm called Blackthorn Farm to go live, and he starts attacking monsters. And most recently in this book, a love interest has arisen. She was formerly a sex slave elf, but he rescued her because he has this strength he didn't know that he had. He punches this guy who's beating her on the street, and he punches him so hard that it caves in his chest cavity. He just didn't know he had that strength, and he slayed this sex slave elf, who now is very confused that he's not accepting his BJs when she brings him waffles. But clearly something's going to happen there. Okay. So Brian, how are we feeling about this book?
Clearly my wife loves nonfiction.
Does that mean I could be the sex slave?
Oh my God. It's automatic. So my wife reads some very interesting things compared to my list of reading. I'm reading Extreme Ownership. I've read Smart Brevity. Everything that I read has something to do.
Please give context of what these are, because people could hear those titles and have no idea.
Oh, so I'm really into personal development and leadership. Business.
Self-help. Yeah. So getting him to be a better team member, a better leader. I like some science fiction. I like some fantasy. I like some death and some sex. And that's my comment. So I finished the Murderbot series. That was what I was reading last. And now I'm on to, this is called How to Succeed in Monster Farming by Kenny King, is what I'm reading now. I'm kind of into these lit RPG genre style books lately. I don't know. It's something, You complete quests. Who doesn't want to complete a quest? I feel like right now my Christmas decorating is like a quest I need to complete. But this one looks like there might have some smut develop.
Yeah, and I don't have to read them because I get told all about it.
Yeah, he does. It's your favorite part,
right? My wife reads every single night.
Oh, yeah. I read to go to sleep.
The best gift I ever bought her in her whole entire life was her Kindle.
Yep. I read it pretty obsessively. And yeah, some listener questions. Have there been some jokes or lines that don't make the cut? The answer to this.
Yeah. So we're really big on being authentic. So if she's, I don't know, screwed one up, it gets thrown away. We don't try to fake it. You may later recycle it in after a significant amount of time has went by where I don't remember it. But yeah, I mean, there's several, I would say, that over, I don't know, for as long as we've been doing it.
It's almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
I would say it's few. I would say it's less than 10. I would say it's less than 10, maybe more than that. If I mess up a joke at the punchline, I'm not going to repeat it.
No.
But if I mess up before it, like the punchline, he can't necessarily guess the punchline or it's the beginning of the joke, I will totally go through it. Some jokes, even if I do mess up, may still not get cut. For example, I did a joke with Brian recently where I was like, you gave me a snail trail. Can you smell it? And Brian's, what's a snail trail? So I then had to explain to him what a snail trail is. Okay. And if you don't know, dear listener, let me just tell you that it's when she gets so wet and if she was just like dragging on the ground. Okay.
My face.
Yeah. So now you know if you didn't know before. I'm glad I could educate you on this. But certain jokes in the past, I would have not have posted that because I'm like, he didn't get it. I feel like it ruins it if I'm having to explain the joke to you. But I chose to post that anyway because I think it's hilarious that he doesn't know. How are you, a nearly 50-year-old man, learning that from your wife? It also just shows how pure and special he is.
My favorites are the ones where she is holding back her laughter because she's all right, I got to get through this. And she hasn't said a word yet, but she knows.
It's like I have to swallow the laugh down. But so it just depends. Another question is, do pineapples belong on pizza or upside down hanging from the room door on a cruise ship?
We don't use them anywhere.
I'll eat a pineapple on a pizza. Am I going to post an upside down pineapple anywhere? That's not how I swing.
There, I got that one.
That's not how I swing, so I'm not going to do that. But would I go on a cruise ship and then stalk the decks to see who had an upside down pineapples? To then see what they look like and then like gossip to Brian about it. I'm like, oh my God, they got an upside down pineapple. Yes, I would absolutely do that. But
we had neighbors when we moved into our neighborhood. We swore there were upside down pineapples. And it was really weird because you'd always see a husband, but then there seemed to be two different wives.
Yeah. I still believe they might have been swingers. Or maybe a throuple situation, a poly situation. Who knows? It's just as long as it's two consenting adults, I don't care.
In case it's three. But
they're okay. They're all consenting. As long as they're all consenting, I don't care.
If that's their thing, that's their thing. It's just not our thing.
I know. When we were talking about planning the trip for Ireland, we got a lot of comments about that. Are we all going to share a room together? And no. I'm sorry. We are monogamous. Just confirming, I am. I shouldn't speak for you. We are, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
We definitely are.
Thank you. I'm glad. Brian, are you from Michigan?
Yes, I am. Born and raised.
Yeah, there's lots of questions about, you're always repping the Lions and the Tigers. But here's a question for me. I think it's a great question. How do I break out of my shell or break out of a shell or the shell? My wife wants to, but is nervous and thinks she sounds silly. Okay, this is the thing I would say for your wife. And I think this is true for a lot of people. If I'm actually trying to sound sexy, I'm going to fail. I'm going to fail every time. I'm going to giggle. I'm just going to giggle. That's why I say it very deadpan. It just works best for me. I say it very deadpan and I'm not looking at Brian. Okay. And our home life, if I drop a pickup line, I'm usually not looking him in the face when I say it. Or I text it. You know what I mean? There's some degree of difference. I'm not like looking you dead in the eye. and be like, "I want to smell my snail trail." I'm not doing that. So this is what I would say to your wife is try some distance first. Okay. Try doing it over text message. Try doing it over email. Like try doing those things with some distance first and see how that feels. And if you feel comfortable with it. And then once you've gotten used to saying those and used to dropping those, try doing them where you're not looking dead at your husband or your partner. Try like you're sitting next to each other. Try dropping it then, or you're looking out the window and you just casually be like, I'm really wet right now. You want to check this out?
So my wife is very introverted, but there's a degree you're comfortable with me, like at our house.
I'm introverted in the way that's how I need to recharge. I recharge by myself. I recharge with silence. So that's how I recharge. But most people wouldn't know meeting me that I'm actually introverted. Most people wouldn't really know that.
I agree. Most people to meet you would not think you were introverted, but she is very introverted.
Yeah. I need recharging. Like I go hang out at an event and then I usually want to do an Irish goodbye because I'm really weird about saying goodbyes. I just want to run away and I don't want anyone to look at me when I'm running away.
But you dropping the lines around the house, also look at it like those are some of the best times that we laugh too.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've gotten several questions about how did we meet. We met on the wilds of Tinder. We both went through a lot of trash to find each other. It feels like a miracle that I met this stranger on the internet and now we have children and a family and a home. I didn't know this weirdo before that, but now I have made some of his weirdos. And we have this weird, cool life together now.
Yeah, that's like when people want to come up and talk to us and meet us or take a selfie. We're like, you think they know they're taking pictures of weirdos?
I think that's pretty obvious, at least for me. Like, I'm very, like, duh. I think for you, you seem like the less weird one. Like, you rein me in or something.
I think we balance each other very well.
I think honestly that some people think you're weird because of the role that I am. I think if you were in my role, that would seem more normal or something or less weird. But like Brian's getting there, guys. He's getting there.
I gotta pee.
Taking a lot of time, but he's getting there.
Yeah, we get to year 100.
Okay.
We might get near the finish line.
Okay. I hit the finish line every time. Yep. That's why I'm a very happily married woman, serviced very well.
I said blush.
Thanks for hanging out for another episode with us. Make sure to subscribe, download, and follow if you like this podcast. Also, make sure to write a review. If you have a comment, story, or question, text us at 1-904-867-4466 or DM us. Follow us too at Tara Blair Ball on Instagram or TikTok. Our full video episodes also appear on our YouTube, which is at Tara.BlairBall. And until next time, keep it inappropriate.
Happy hump day.